Well, hey there, folks. I'm Meteorologist Matt Barrentine, getting things set up here in our Fox 10 Digital Center, and we are keeping an eye on some things happening out in the tropics here. So, especially the far Atlantic, which is unusual for this time. Sorry, I'm trying to get my camera set up a little bit better or something. It just doesn't want to do it. All right, well, it just doesn't like me. All right, let's try and do my best here. Give up on that part of it. So anyway, we're watching a system, two systems, but I'm not concerned with that yellow blob you see headed towards the Yucatan. That's not going to do anything. More concerning one's going to be the red one there in the long term. We're going to have to keep an eye on here. Of course, I've got everything locked up here. So anyway, that red area headed towards the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean, that's the one that poses the bigger concern in the long view here. So hold on, I'm just trying to get everything to work. It does not want to work for me today. Let's see if I can get this. And well, it's working here. It's not working on my screen. All right, so anyway, let's see if I can't back this up. There we go. All right, I'm just gonna have to fly blind. Do my best. All right, so here we go. We're in the Atlantic. You can see that 70% chance of development in 7 days, 40% in 2 days. So obviously we're looking more at the long term. I'm going to run two models. I'm going to run them out 7 days. It's 7 days. Today's Thursday. 7 days from now, you know what 7 days from now is? 7 days from now is 4th of July. So both of these will end that I'm going to show you on the 4th of July. I'm going to show you the European model, and then I'm going to show you, no, first I'm going to show you the American model, and then I'm going to show you the European model. I'm just going to let these run a full 7 days. So here's the American model, the GFS. I'm going to run it out full 7 days here and show you what we're looking at. You can see the circle there. That's following the possible system as it moves its way into the Caribbean. A couple interesting things here. One, the GFS has a fairly weak system, and it's showing a weak system because of the GFS is showing it running into a lot of upper level wind shear. It's also bringing it pretty close to Hispaniola towards the end, and Cuba. Hispaniola and Cuba, particularly the southern part of Cuba, has a lot of mountains. So interacting with mountains is not a good thing for a tropical system. So it's showing a very weak tropical system on the tip of Cuba there in 7 days. That's the GFS or the American model. Now I'm going to run the European model. The European model shows a system that runs into less upper level wind shear, and it also moves a little farther south away from those mountains. So it shows a stronger system 7 days out. Once again, remember this is 4th of July, 7 days. Our weather looks, by the way, our weather looks terrific for 4th of July, just sort of the typical stuff. But you can see here showing a fairly significant looking tropical system heading towards Central America. So where does it go from there? I really wish I could use my cursor and show you some things on here, but unfortunately my computer, this one is complete garbage and it's locked up. So what are we going to see from there? I don't know. And you're going to see a lot of stuff on Facebook showing you, hey, it's going to go into the Gulf of Mexico as a Category 3 storm or something. 10-day models are absolute garbage. So please disregard. Now, does that mean that can happen? That doesn't mean it can't happen, but it's just unlikely. It's got a lot to deal with before it even gets anywhere close to us, okay? And we would be talking 11, 12, maybe even 13 days out from us if it were to come straight at us, right? So a lot can happen between now and then. So my concern level here is low. That said, it's not zero. And it's a good reminder that it's hurricane season and we do need to prepare. If this does come this early, it would be a very early one. Now, the last time I could think of anything like this coming from that area would be Hurricane Dennis back in 2005. We just don't typically get them starting way out in the Atlantic at this point. This is more of a late August setup, really. So it's almost like a month and a half early. Could be a hard, remember, we're expecting this to be a busy season. So this could be a, just sort of what the possibilities are for this season, getting it started early, way out in the Atlantic. So we'll see. The main thing is, obviously, we got a couple different systems out there. This is the one we're going to be keeping a very close eye on. It's going to be into the Caribbean late next week. Where it goes from there, a lot up in the air. Could enter the Gulf of Mexico, say, by the following weekend. We're talking 9 days out, 10 days out. A lot can happen between now and then. So you just want to stay tuned. That's kind of the big thing. We want to stay tuned. We will, of course, keep you filled in with the information as time goes along here. But you're just going to want to stay tuned, and we'll fill you in and keep you apprised of exactly what's happening out there. Now let me see if I can't. Oh, is it working? Is it trying to work for me? Sorry, my computer's trying. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I've got my cursor working. All right. So, what could happen between, this is 7 days out. And remember, the American model had it more up here. Not very much different. Honestly, it's pretty consistent. And I've been watching. So we have two big models, right? The European and the American GFS model. That said, these are each run 4 times a day. So it's not just like we have one model, the American, then we just have the European. That's 2 models. But they get run every 6 hours, 4 times a day. So we can look at these models at, different runs. So between the 2 models, there's 8 runs a day. That's a lot to look at. And I'll tell you, I've been keeping a close eye on these last couple of days, and they've been pretty consistent trying to develop this thing. Now, like I said, the American's been a little weaker, the European's been a little stronger. The American wants to go a little bit farther north, the European wants to go a little farther south. But they are developing something. They both are developing something going into the Caribbean, tracking through the Caribbean, and eventually ending up somewhere between South America and Cuba. They've been pretty consistent with that. So I'm pretty confident that we'll have something out there mid to late next week that we'll have to be tracking, that we'll have to be keeping an eye on. Does it get into the Gulf and threaten us? Too early to say. Does it get in the Gulf? Pretty decent chance that we might have something in the Gulf. Does it threaten us? I'm less confident in that. But I am confident that we'll have something out there that we'll have to track, we'll have to watch, and you should be watching it, and of course we'll be watching it for you and keeping you up to date. All right, current weather. We do have some thunderstorms out there, mainly over here in the Panhandle. You can see these in there tracking from west to east across the area. Got a few out there. The heaviest stuff right now is over into Okaloosa County, but even that's not terribly heavy. But there are some rumbles of thunder. Some rumbles of thunder up here as well in and around the Bruton area. So we got some rumbles of thunder up there too. And then there's some more out here, not quite to Thomasville yet, not quite to Chatham yet. But we'll see more of these developing as the day goes along. So I think we'll have a few more scattered showers and storms to be dealing with here for us as the day goes along. Temperature-wise, it's hot, well up into the 90s. I was hopeful today will be a little bit cooler because we have a few more storms earlier on. And that's worked out that way in the Panhandle. You can see Pensacola, Milton in the 80s, Molino in the 80s, Navarre and Crestview in the 70s. But over on the Mobile side of things, we've been staying hotter because we just haven't had very much rain around. Heat index values are up around 100. They're not terrible. I mean, obviously, they could be a lot worse at this time of year. Expect a few more scattered showers here this evening. Here's the futurecast. Put this into motion. How about tomorrow? I haven't timed this out yet, so let me kind of do this on the fly. 7 in the morning, showing some coastal showers again. We've been seeing that the last couple of days. Noontime tomorrow, it is showing some spotty showers, not full-on coverage, but some spotty stuff. And it's showing a pretty decent coverage here around 2 scattered showers. So scattered showers there. That's your Friday. Here's 4 o'clock on your Friday showing some scattered showers and storms continuing. So it's a good possibility to be dealing with scattered showers and storms through the day tomorrow. 6 o'clock, this is going into the evening, maybe around dinner time. You're headed out, maybe going to dinner or something like that. Here's around 8, 9 o'clock, still dealing with a few spotty showers and storms. So that's a possibility out there tomorrow. Here's your planner. It shows that possibility really throughout the day. Once again, these planners have been showing too much rain. I'm going to have to kind of work on these. But scattered showers and storms are going to be a possibility the next few days. So we do have medium rip current risk tomorrow for your Friday, low on Saturday, and medium on Sunday. All of that said, when you get to the beach, if you're headed to the beach, check your beach flags as you're walking out to the beach. Any public access beach is going to have a flag. If you're at any condos, they generally will have the flags as well. Obviously, if you're going to a beach house, the flags may be down the road, so you'll have to check those on your own. But do check the beach flags. Here is next 7 days, and I don't have, let me get this up in here for you. Maybe I don't need to tell you this, but I'm going to go ahead and get this on here. July 4th, obviously, is next Thursday, so I want to make sure that that is visible on the graphic. And let's see if I can't get that now to pop up here. So kind of working on things on the fly. There we go, July 4th, next Thursday. And there is going to be some rain chances there. We have thunderstorms there, possibilities around 30% chance. Very typical looking 4th of July. I kind of joke that I can give you the 4th of July forecast for the Gulf Coast for the next 20 years. It's all the same, right? Hot and humid, scattered showers and storms. That's what it's going to be looking like for the 4th of July, really from here now on into the foreseeable future. The only thing that shakes things up, obviously, a tropical system, and we're going to be tracking a tropical system on the 4th of July, but it will not be here. It'll be well south of us at that point. So a lot to be talking about here. We'll have a lot going on. Obviously, we have soccer on today. The USA is playing here on Fox 10. You can definitely keep an eye on that. Maybe pop us up on your phone to check out the forecast. You can download our Fox 10 weather app. You can watch us on streaming because we'll be streaming our shows this afternoon. Once again, here's a look at your long-range forecast. Pretty good stuff here, as you can see. Typical stuff, I guess you would say, for this time of year. Hot and humid, scattered showers and storms. None of that is going to change anytime soon. Have yourself a wonderful day. We will catch up with you soon.